So let's see. We're talking about future forms today. This is what we're going to be learning for the next couple of weeks, okay? Now, as I told you guys, we have been checking and looking about and learning for the past couple of weeks, yes, talking about present continuous and the difference between the present continuous and the simple present. Yeah? You have a very good control of it. Definitely. You need to practice more because I think you totally understand what you're doing, but it's just putting it into practice, right? So it's critical. It is critical that you know when to use the present continuous. And the present continuous is now, right now. Simple present, always, all the time. So that is the difference between what I'm doing right now, yes, and versus what I do all the time. For example, Camilo, are you working? So you're not working at the moment? Okay. Are you looking for a job? I'm confused. I said, are you working at the moment? Are you working?
No.
But you told me you have a job. So you have a job or you don't?
Yes, I have, but now I don't know how to explain it.
Are you working, Vivi? Okay, so what are you doing at the moment?
I used to work in a nursing home
Okay,
as a kitchen help.
okay. And now?
Yeah. Now, yeah.
Then why do you say I used to?
Yeah.
I used to is
resigned-
before.
I resigned a few days ago. That's why I say I used to.
Oh, so you quit a few days ago.
Mhm.
So at the moment, you aren't working then. You don't have a job. Okay, so are you working? No, I'm not. Why are you guys so difficult? Oh my God. This is such a Latin thing, huh? Answer the question. Then, it's like, why it's so confusing? Like, are you working? Yes, for example, me. Nick, are you working? Yes,
Yes.
I am. What are you doing? Oh, I'm teaching English. Oh, really? Everybody always says, oh, what school? No. I teach English to international students. You see the difference? I'm teaching English at a school. So what do? I teach English. This is what I do every day. At the moment in my life, yes. So maybe Camino, you're confused with when we say now. It can be right now, this very moment. So what are you doing? What are you doing? See, she's texting on her phone. Yes? So this is what is happening right now. Where's Jose? At home. What's he doing at home? What do you think he's doing? He's sleeping. See, her husband Jose is at home. Never, what's he doing? He's sleeping. Lena doesn't know. She thinks he's sleeping at home. But maybe Jose is, I don't know, drinking a beer with a friend, or maybe he's like, driving home. Maybe he's watching TV. Could be 1,000 things that Jose could be doing. But it's also right now. So it's what we think is happening. Yes? And then, for example, when I go, Lena, are you working? So you're not working at the moment either. You quit your job too. So, or you have a job or you don't. Okay, so you don't have a job, so you aren't working. It's a no, right? Is Jose working? Yes. So what is Jose doing? Okay, so he's repairing motorcycles. So what is Jose doing? He's a mechanic, correct? This is the job that he's doing now. Is he doing it right now? No, because we said Jose is at home, probably sleeping. Yeah, or maybe Jose is cooking dinner for tonight. No, not true.
Well, could be. Okay, good. You see, so that is right now. Okay? Now, when we talk about future, so we do the same. We use the present continuous. So, let's see.
In English, we have 3 types of future. 3 types of future. And number 1 is the present continuous with a future meaning. A future meaning. Frank, what is a future meaning? What does this mean? What does this refer to when I say present continuous with a future meaning? What am I talking about?
Maybe next week is future islands. Yeah, and next week what you do? So maybe go to gym.
Okay, not the question. Again, listen. When I say a future meaning, what does this mean? What does this refer to? So when we talk about a future meaning, yes, this refers to our time words. So what are time words? Like tomorrow, next week, in 2 years, in 10 minutes, anything that you want. Okay? So the future meaning, do you need a pen, Diego? Have you got a pen? Yeah, okay, good, amazing. So time words refer to this. Now, when I say next, I hear a lot of you say, teacher, the next week I'm working all week, so I'm not coming. The next week. This is wrong. We never say the next week. So in this case, we never use the before next, last, or every. So what do I say? Teacher, by the way, next week, I'm working all week, so I'm not coming. Teacher, again? Yeah? Again, Jefferson? So teacher. Yeah, absolutely. So teacher, next week, I'm not coming because I'm working all week. Yes? No need to say the. Got it? Good. So let's see. We were talking about Jose. Yes? And so I asked Lena, I said, where's Jose? So Lena says, Jose is at home. So I go, okay, and what is he doing? And she says, he's resting. He's sleeping. Yep. So I might say, Lena, is Jose coming to school? So here, Lena is going to understand and say, is Jose coming to school? Kind of like now. No, teacher, because Jose is at home. He's resting. He's sleeping. So then I go, okay. So what about if I say, is Jose coming to school tomorrow? Now, this is the future. I use exactly the same sentence, but I only add a future word, a future time word, like tomorrow, next week, whatever, anything you want. I can even say in 10 years, in two months. Like, it doesn't have to be immediate. It can be long term also. Yeah. And I go, is Jose coming to school tomorrow? Now, this is the important part. When do we use this? For what type of future do I use this? Why am I saying, better said, what am I saying when we say, is Jose coming to school tomorrow? What am I asking? So the question is, does Jose plan to come to school tomorrow? Because present continuous with a future meaning, yes, we use for plans, all our plans. So all our plans, and I'm going to say arrangements. What is an arrangement? A plan. So for what we know is confirmed and planned 100%. Now, this way is very common for native English speakers, but not for foreign speakers. Foreign speakers don't usually use this. Why? Because it doesn't translate into your language. So how it doesn't translate, you guys don't think about it. But what you do think about is the next form of future, which is going to. This you know. So every time you think you want to talk about a plan, you usually use this. Now, this for us is also a plan, but it's not 100% plan. This plan is like a more or less. It's like a 50-50 shot. Could be, maybe, yes, no, not sure. Because when we use going to, it demonstrates intention. The intention of a plan. So how it's the intention, yes, we could say maybe it's an 80-20 or a 70, let's say 70-30, or even a 50-50. But it isn't 100%. I use this. Yeah. So, for example, let's say Bibi, she says, I'm not working at the moment. This is present continuous. I'm not working at the moment. But maybe because Bibi, right? I imagine in what she's been doing, she's been connecting, creating a network. Maybe one of her co-workers, knows that Bibi is out of a job, knows that she's free, and might go, hey, Bibi, would you be interested in working tomorrow night? We're, let's say, short of a nurse, or we're short of, what do they call it? A carer? Yeah, carer. And Bibi might go, yeah, well, I'm not working. How much? First thing, right? How much are they paying? Right? That's the very first thing. Oh, they're paying so many hours. So then she goes, okay, yeah, good, done. Done the deal. Camilo, by the way, tomorrow night I'm working all night. So now, you see, Bibi is communicating to him, I'm working tomorrow night all night. This is a plan, 100%. This means no change. She has committed to this request. And so there is no change. Do you see? The same, for example, what was it? Yesterday, I was talking to a lady from Indonesia. She's one of my daughter's neighbors. And she was outside and she says to me, hello. And I go, hi, how are you? And she goes, sorry, no English. That's okay. I said, where are you from? She said, oh, me, Indonesia. I said, oh, nice to meet you. And what's your name? He said, oh, me, Ellie. I said, oh, I'm Nicole. Nice to meet you. And you know what she said to me? She said to me, oh, me, go to Indonesia in 28 days. I said, oh, so you're traveling to Indonesia? I said, yeah, in 28 days. You see, I don't say going to travel. I don't say going to fly. Because she said to me, oh, me, I'm counting 28 days. Like, she's counting back because she wants to go home. See what I mean? It's a plan, 100%. She said, oh, I'm traveling to see my daughter. You see? This is 100%. Just like Ellie. Ellie loves to go to Korea every 2 weeks. So Ellie sometimes says to me, Nick, by the way, next week, I'm not coming because I'm going home for 2 weeks. This is a plan. When Ellie says to me, I'm not coming to school, I'm going home, I know she has the tickets. She's asked for permission from work. She's going. This is the plan, 100%. Do you understand? Yes. And I was saying that, okay, we say that this plan is 100%, but sometimes plans change. Sometimes plans change. Things happen. I always tell my students, 2 years ago, we were, remember that there was a huge pandemic in the world. The whole world shut down due to COVID. And for every country, I think it was different, the impact and how each country handled this situation, okay? Actually, in Australia, it was pretty good. In Sydney, we were locked down twice for 3 months. That was it. Melbourne, they were at home for 2 years. They couldn't go out, literally, for 2 years. So poor Melbourne. And every state did, what they thought was correct for their people. Anyway, Queensland was open. You could say to a certain extent, everything was going back to normal. So my daughter's holidays, winter holidays, they were coming. So I thought, we've been 2 years, with this pandemic. Everything has been a bit strange, a bit weird. I needed a break. So, I thought, I'm going to take my daughter to Queensland, to Brisbane for 2 weeks for her holidays. So I got the tickets, I got the hotel, everything. I came to school that week, like I do sometimes when I go, hey guys, by the way, I'm not working on this day. Hey guys, I'm not working on this day, but I'm working on this day. I told you guys before, right? So I came to school and I said, oh, by the way, guys, on Friday, I'm traveling to Brisbane for 2 weeks. So next week and the following, no class, okay? And they're like, okay, teacher, no worries. And that was the plan, okay? So, yeah, I had everything ready. I worked normal. Thursday night, the Premier in Queensland says, oh, because of the increase of COVID cases, we're closing the border tonight at midnight. And I was like, screwed. All my plans, literally, down the drain. So Friday morning, I came to school and the student, teacher, did you hit? Yeah, I heard the news. Huh? Not very happy. And they said, so teacher, are you going to Queensland? Of course I'm not going to Queensland anymore. How am I going to Queensland? I can't get into the state. Like, they're not going to allow us on the plane. So I was like, no, guys, no, I'm not going anymore. So next week, class normal, right? See how, your plans can change. What happens, for example, when you have tickets and you're flying out and there's a problem with the plane? Okay? What happened what was it? I'm still mad about that. Not last Friday, the Friday before. No trains. I think we all had plans. We all wanted to do things, but then the plan changed because it was all about, how do I get home? How do I get home? Where can I find a train? Do I get an Uber? Do I ask a friend? You know, what's happening? Totally improvising, right? So a lot of us maybe had plans for, the Friday before and just couldn't do it because there were no trains. I know that the Saturday, for example, I was working here at the school, but because there were no trains, I had to cancel. And I reprogrammed all my classes to Zoom. You see? So when we say plan 100%, it doesn't mean that you can't change a plan. Yes? When a plan changes, you're simply just going to go negative. No. Right? Let's say, for example, if you confirm to go to a party, a wedding, a baby shower, a barbecue, but then, let's say your partner gets sick, you might want to write a message, oh, Karen, I'm so sorry, but we're not going to the party. Peter woke up this morning feeling, very sick, and I'm taking him to the hospital. So sorry, but yeah, we're not coming to your party, right? So you don't say we're not going to come, because if you say going to come, again, going to demonstrates intention. Going to, we use this when you're thinking about doing something, but you haven't decided yet. And maybe you have decided, but you don't have everything. For example, Jason, who was just here, Jason says to me, oh, Nick, next month I'm going to Bali. Oh, really? So do you have the tickets? Yeah. Do you have the hotel? Yeah. So you're going, which is not the same to say I'm going to Bali, to say I'm going to go to Bali. Because if somebody says, oh, I'm going to go, and this is where we get the gana from, huh? So what's the gana? The gana, going to, which I don't like, by the way, but we do use it. Hey, what are you going to do? What are you going to do for Easter? What are you going to do on the weekend? What are you going to, the gana, right? Going to. This is what it means. So what are you going to do for Easter or for New Year or for Christmas? What are you going to do? What are you going to study after you finish English? Yeah. What are you going to do after your visa expires? What are you going to? Meaning, what is your intention? What is your plan? So when somebody says, oh, I think I'm going to go home, for a few months and then apply for a new visa and try to come back. Is this a plan? No, because the person said, I think, I'm going to, just saying, it's just an idea, I haven't really decided. Maybe in kind of preparation, you might have, let's say, a plane reservation, but that doesn't mean that you have a plan. You can cancel a reservation whenever you want. Correct? Yes. Okay, so seeing the difference? Yes. Now, independent of what you use, right? They basically have a similar structure. So here we're going to use, correct, in this case, I'm going to do it up here. So you're going to use your am, your is, and your are. You're going to use your verb. So what is a verb? It's the action. It's your action, like work, play, study, shop, buy, what else? Install, right? Fix, repair. Can be anything, okay? And then you're going to add your ing. And yes, you must add your future time word, okay? So I've got it there. Your future time word. You must add, because if you don't add it, if I say, "Oh, I'm working," oh, okay, good for you, right? But to say, "Oh, I'm working tonight," oh, really? Yeah, I'm working tonight. So now it's not just now, but it's also in the future. Okay? Shed? Good. Ellie? Yeah? Good. John? Okay, good. And so here, now, what am I doing? I'm going to do exactly the same, but here, instead of using my verb, I'm going to add going to. And now, when I add my verb, I'm going to add my verb in infinitive. And what is infinitive? Original verb. So, Jefferson, for example, I don't say, I'm going to working. No. I'm going to work tomorrow. And here with the future time words, not necessary, optional. Why? Because I know that when you say going to, you are talking about the future. I know this. Yes? So, again, something real. To say, I need to study for my PTE because I'm applying for a sponsorship. This is happening. I'm applying for a sponsorship. Let's say I'm applying for a 482. Yes? And so basically you have a checklist. I need this document, this document, this document, this document. And now you're trying to get them together. Okay? I know it's happening. I'm applying for a 482. Okay, got it, done it. But here is so I went to see a migration lawyer. I went to see an agent. I'm looking at my options. Yeah, we're not sure what we're going to do yet. We're thinking maybe we're going to apply for a 482, but on the other hand, we have the option of maybe, applying for a 500. So we haven't decided yet. We're looking at all our options. So again, it's showing the intention to say, at the end of the day, we've decided we're applying for a work and holiday. Yes? Not sure what we're going to apply for yet. We're still finding out. But that we want to stay, we want to stay. See? This is definite. Now, as a native English speaker, what do we use? So we use this. 100%. This one, not so much. Not as much as what you guys use it. You guys use this for everything. Yeah? But we don't. When do I use this? When I know something is going to happen. What do I know is going to happen? If I come to work and the first thing I see out the window is that everything is dark, there are clouds, and so I come in first thing in the morning, I think it's going to rain today. It's like, duh. I can see the clouds. I can see it's dark, ugly, it's windy, it's cold. What happens 2 hours later? It's raining, right? What about, for example, Mikey, do you swim? Yes, you swim. Okay. So when you were a child, did you go swimming to the swimming pool? Yeah. And would you go with your friends? Yeah, okay. And being a child, did you ever run around the swimming pool? Okay. Sound familiar? Yeah, very familiar, right? When you're a kid, you don't think about what is going to happen. See? Going to happen. You just do. So when kids are running around the swimming pool, what did they say, Mikey? Bravo, continue. Yeah? Or would they say, no, stop running? Why would they say stop running? Why?
I'm going to.
Exactly. They tell, right? But do they know? They don't know.
I'm not sure.
They're not sure. But because probably they've seen one too many times that every time kids are running around the swimming pool, one falls. Huh? Probably breaks an arm, a leg, or, I don't know, hits their jaw, many different things. So they stop it before. And they, hey, wait, you guys, stop running. If you continue, you're going to fall. You're going to slip. Yes? Okay. What about it? Boys and girls, could be girls too, because I used to do it. Any of you climb trees when you were kids? Did you ever climb trees? Did you ever climb like a wall or something? Yeah, Jefferson goes, yeah. Okay. And what happened? What did mum say? Did mum ever, or the grandma or somebody, hey, wait, get down from there. Right? Get down from there now, huh? Now, come down. And you'd be like, huh, like nothing's happening. And what would they say? Get down, you're going to fall. Now that you guys are adults, yes, what do they say? Don't drink and drive. Why? I drive better when I'm drunk, by the way. Huh? Is that true? No. If you drink and drive, what is going to happen? Possibly, you could crash. You could crash. There are so many things that could happen. And so they say to you, don't drink and drive. Have you seen the commercials? Don't drink and drive. You're going to crash. You're going to kill somebody. You're going to kill yourself. But who knows? Nobody. This is just based on experience what they think will happen. Okay? The same when you go to the beach in the summer and they have the red flags. Huh? Swim between the red flags. Why? Because you're going to get, sea swept. Now, that could possibly happen. Yes or no? Nobody knows. Okay? So that is the difference. This one, definitely, 100% is happening. This one, possibly. Okay? Good. And the last one. So number 3 is going to be what? Will. This is your third form of future. And with will, we also use shall. So will and shall. Will and shall. So when do we use will? So we use will for prediction, for things that I don't know are going to happen. Yes? So, look, if I go, for example, you won't get married, you know. You will never get married. But you will have children. Huh? How many? 5? Nah, I don't see 5. I see only 2. Yeah, really. Huh? This is a prediction. What do I know? I don't know how to read somebody's hand, right? Huh? This is when we use will for our predictions, for what I don't know is going to happen. You know, it's very, very common that students, when they're going to do a, English test, or if they're going to do a driving test, for example, or if they're going for an interview, or they're doing like a white card course or something, and they go, "Hi, teacher. Hi, how are you? I'm so nervous today." And I go, "Why?" "Oh, because I have my interview today." "Don't worry, you'll be fine." "Oh, do you think so, teacher?" "Of course." "Don't worry, you will get the job. I know." "Do you think my English?" "Your English is okay. You will get the job." Now, in all honesty, do I know? Not an idea. But I try to give my support. I try to support you guys as much as I can. But really, I don't know what's going to happen. I just, pray and hope for the best. You know what I mean? So the same, for example, let's say for your driving test, or for, your English test, if you're doing PT or IELTS, I'm always going to try and support you guys. But honestly, I do not know. And I think you don't either. So that's how we use will. We use will. Will it has many, many diverse functions. Will is for an immediate decision. If I go, "Oh, I'm feeling thirsty," Lena goes, "Teacher, don't worry. I'll get you some water." She decides and she offers to go and get me some water. I didn't ask her. She made an immediate decision. Yes? When I say to you sometimes, "Guys, I'm going to the bathroom. I'll be back in 2 minutes." And I go, yes? This is something immediate. It's not planned. It's improvised. It's something that, so, Shed, sorry. Could you please press a button at the back there?
Down?
Yeah, the button. No, the one further down. The last one on the bottom. Yeah, that one. There you go. Thank you for the aircon. So let's say, for example, I always love this story. I love when you guys bring me experiences, because, I listen and learn, and also, well, have a laugh. So I was explaining this, and a student of mine said to me, "Teacher, I work with another person, and, because I have usually less work, I finish before. And I always see this person, is like going to vacuum, and, we carry those big vacuum on the backs and whatever. So if I'm free, I'm finished, I go and I go, oh, I help. And the person goes, no, I do. And I was like, what? That doesn't make sense. Yeah, teacher, every time, every day, I go and I say to him, I help. And he goes, no, I do. And I was like, I do. But, when you say I do, it's like, the day that maybe Camilo says to Viviana, hey, you want to marry me? And Viviana's going to go, I do. Right? So what I'm trying to say is that when you say I do, it's like, Jose, when he's, oh, do you love me? I do. It's like, yes. And then when you go, I don't, it's like, no. So I was thinking about it, and I go, does the person say to you, no, I'll do it. Yes, teacher, that's what I hear. But he didn't assimilate because how it was so fast, because like he just thought that he heard, I do. But no, the person was saying, no, I'll do it. You see? And when the person says, no, I'll do it, they're talking in the future. It's an immediate decision. It's right now. It's like, no, don't worry. You know, I'm going to vacuum or whatever. I have this. So don't you worry. You see? So that's why usually when people go, yep, and they say, oh, I'll be back. You know, sometimes if you have, you go to, see you tomorrow. Sometimes if you go to a shop and it says, I'll be back in 10 minutes or something, sometimes they're very, very short and it's just back in 10 minutes. I know it's supposed to say, you know, I'll be back or we'll be open. You have to use the future. But what future are you going to use is the will. Okay? So this one is for immediate response. Yeah. If I go, for example, and I say, hey, I'm going to go get photocopies. Can somebody clean the board? And Mikey goes, teacher, I'll do it. He gets up and he responds immediately. So it's immediate response. Yes? It's kind of like also when you offer to do or help somebody. There is no plan because you don't have time for a plan. It's like right now. To say, for example, okay, team, who's going to clean? So going to, as in, what is your intention? Who's going to clean room 1 today? So maybe, you know, Frank says, I'll do it. Okay, Frank, classroom 1. And who's going to clean classroom 2? Ellie goes, I'll do it. Right? Again, I'll. Okay, got it? And of course, the negative of will, in this case, is going to be won't. This is your negative, and it's won't, not want. It's not want, it's won't, won't, own't.
Won't.
No, it's like oh,
Oh,
won't. Good.
won't.
That is how you pronounce it. If I ask you, for example, to say, will you go home this year for Christmas? Will you travel for Easter, etc.? I always say that the question is not important. The answer, yes. Because the answer tells the person if you have a plan, if you have the intention, or if it was an immediate decision, or if you don't know, you're not sure. When, you know, for example, you say to somebody, hey, what are you doing this weekend? Oh, I don't know yet. Maybe I will go to the beach. I'm not sure. Maybe I will just stay home, you know. Maybe I will sleep all day. Yeah, I think I'm going to get up late. So again, I'm going to get up late. My intention, this is what I would like to do, I want to do. The answer is everything. And it's just like, for example, it happens to me a lot. So students sometimes say, okay, teacher, so see you tomorrow. And I go, oh, are you coming tomorrow? Yeah, I'm coming tomorrow. Okay, fine. And they don't come. So then, you know, on Wednesday, I'm like, where were you yesterday? Oh, teacher, but I told you that maybe I was working. No, you said to me, see you tomorrow, I'm coming. If you say to me, I'm coming, you're here. You're telling me 100%. So I expect you. If you say, teacher, you know what? See you tomorrow. Oh, that's right. I think I'm going to come. So I go, oh, okay, like to confirm. For me, I know it's probably, let's say, a 70 or 80% chance. There's 20, 30, maybe no. But if you say, oh, teacher, just to let you know, I won't come tomorrow. If you say, I won't come tomorrow, well, that's probably now, today. But maybe you make some changes and tomorrow you appear. When a student says to me, like last Thursday, a student said to me, teacher, by the way, for Friday, tomorrow I'm not coming because my family is traveling to Jervis Bay. This I know is 100%. And she didn't come. And she told me before. But when students write, oh, teacher, I'm so sorry, like to say, I'm coming, they don't come. To say, oh, teacher, I'm not sure. And then they appear. And I'm like, and you? Oh, but I told you I was coming. No. You said that, I will. And so I will for me is like, probably not. See what I mean? So it's the answer that is important. Now, why? Because if I go, Lena, what are you doing this weekend? And Lena says, oh, teacher, nothing. Jose and I are just going to stay at home. And I go, oh, would you like to come to a barbecue? Where? At my place. Okay. I offer her because she said she didn't have any plans. So I know she's free. But if I go, hey, Lena, what are you doing this weekend? And she goes, oh, Jose and I are traveling to Canberra for the weekend. Oh, really? Have a good time. Enjoy. I'm not going to invite her. Why? Because she clearly has plans. She's told me. You see? So it's not just knowing the grammar, it's understanding what it means. And that is interpreting, understanding the idea. So again, you could ask somebody to say, hey, what are you doing this weekend? What are you going to do this weekend? What will you do this weekend? It doesn't matter. The question doesn't matter. It's how the person responds that matters. Okay? You understand? Okay. And with shall, it might be a bit new for some of you. So shall is the same as will. We use shall for questions and affirmative answers. And we use shall for I and for we. Only I and we. When we use will and shall for the affirmative, it's a bit difficult to detect it because the abbreviation is the same. If I say, for example, I'll, then I shall will be exactly the same. So it's very difficult. Now, where do we use it mainly is in the question. Do we use it? Absolutely. Absolutely. And doesn't mean the future. Does will and shall mean the same thing when I ask in a question, when I use I and we? No. It doesn't mean the same. So let's say, for example, my good friend Lena here has invited me to her birthday party. And I don't want to fail her because she's a very good friend of mine. But recently I broke up with my partner. And Lena just told me that he's going to the party. And I'm like, I don't want to go. Right? So I'm going to talk to my good friend Jefferson, and I'm going to say, hey, Jefferson, what do you think? Lena just told me that my ex is going to be at the party. What do you say? Shall I go or not? Now, Jefferson is going to say, future, absolutely. You need to go. Get dressed and, wear a nice makeup or something. Look, ba-ba-boom, right? So that he can see what he lost. Huh? Maybe on the other hand, Ellie, she hears, and Ellie knows that how sad I feel because I broke up. And Ellie might go, I don't think you should go. Remember what happened last time. So maybe this one, you sit it out, right? So when I go, what shall I do? What shall I do? Basically, I'm not asking in the future. I'm asking you for your opinion. Right? If I say, shall I go? Shall I stay home? What shall I do? You tell me. It's like a recommendation type thing. And it's kind of like saying, like, what do you think? What should I do? Shall I? But if we use, for example, the shall we, now this is an invitation. When we say shall we, the answer is always going to be let's. If I invite everyone, yes, to a party and, before, or a dinner party, let's say it's a dinner party. But before the dinner commences, right, I want all my guests to be there. So basically I receive everybody. I'm going to say, oh, have a drink. We'll be, passing to eat soon or whatever. And so everybody's there getting to know each other, having a chat. When all of a sudden I might go, good evening. I think everybody has arrived. So shall we? And so I open the doors maybe, or I go like, shall we? As in, let's go to the dining room and let's sit down for dinner. So it's like, shall we? It's very common also, when men, take a woman out for dinner and they open the door of the restaurant and they go, shall we? Or, it's kind of, yeah, or even the Nuba to open the car door. It's like, please. It's like, you go first, right? So it's like, oh, shall we? It's like you're saying, please, you first. You first. Or if I say, shall we? And the person goes, hey, you go walking, right? This is very common. Say, hey, so early at lunchtime, I called my daughter and I said, look what I said. What are we having for dinner tonight? As in, she's at home. I'm working. So I said, what are we having for dinner? What am I saying to her? What are you cooking? She said, I don't know. She said, whatever you want, Mum. Anything you want. And I said, oh, do you know how to cook chicken? And she's like, oh, I can Google it. I can see on YouTube. I said, okay, listen. And I gave her the instructions. And so I think she's cooking at the moment. I hope so. But you see, it just comes to us so naturally. Just say, hi, baby, how are you? Hey, I'm going to the supermarket. So what are we having for dinner tonight? I don't know, Mum. I said, oh, we've got some chicken in the freezer. Oh, okay. Do you want me to cook it for you? Yeah, absolutely. So you see, as in, so if you ask me, what are you having for dinner tonight? Oh, I hope chicken. Yeah. But again, it's like, what are we having? Not what are we going to have? It isn't, I'm not asking her, hey, what are we going to have? But let's say if I go, so what are we having for dinner tonight? My daughter might say, you know what, Mum? There's nothing to eat in the freezer. Shall we order in? What do you think? Shall we order Uber Eats? Okay, baby. Yeah, let's do that. And I'll go to the supermarket and tomorrow we can cook. So when she says, shall we, it's like, do you think we should do that? So it is very, very common. And before also, it used to be very common that, and there's even a movie, by the way, there's a movie with Richard Gere and Jennifer Lopez, and it's called Shall We Dance? It's a beautiful movie. He was learning how to dance for his wife. But, you know, before men always used to say, hey, shall we dance? Or today also sometimes when they go, hey, let's dance. When you say let's dance, you're not asking. It's like, come on, go. You know, if I say, come on, let's go. I'm not asking you, or shall we go? So shall we is an invitation. But let's go. So come on. No question. It's like, move. Because it's an affirmative. Okay? And how people say, okay, let's go. And we go, let's go. They're waiting for us. Maybe on the other hand, somebody else could say, oh, let's not. I'm tired. I don't want to go. Let's not. So you can say let's as in yes, and you can say let's as in no. Okay? Any questions? Any questions? No?
I heard short is like a word expression.
Yeah.
So, but is it common expression at the same time?
What old expression?
Because you told before sure is always kind of.
Oh, when we say let's dance.
Yeah.
You know what? That's a very good question because I don't think so. I think also if somebody uses it, that is the first indication of kind of like the style of English, and so also kind of like the age. You know what I mean? Like the shall we? Absolutely. I know I use it. If I'm waiting for an Uber and I'm with my daughters and then the car arrives, you know, sometimes I'll open the door and say, oh, shall we? Like, come on, let's get in. So yes, we do. We do use it. And, you know, when you're seeking advice, so I know maybe a lot of you probably use a lot more the should, like what should I do? But yeah, but again, it goes back to probably a native English speaker would say shall. Yeah. Okay. I think it's just a matter of paying attention, especially in like movies and series. And also, these things can tell you like what time they are from. You know, when you see those, like I watch sometimes those series that are very, very old or movies about the Vikings or about the wars that existed in England and Scotland and stuff. You can see the way they speak is very different. Look at, for example, Lord of the Rings, Harry Potter. They spoke very different from today because they're using like a proper Old English. Okay. So yeah, you might catch somebody doing it. So this is what we're going to be talking about, and we're going to be practicing in the next couple of weeks. Okay, we're going to see it from all different types of angles. Is it important to learn? Absolutely. You need to know your times. The other thing too, like for any type of writing and things like this, remember last week we saw the letter? Do you remember when we were correcting the letter? Does this make more sense now as to why we were choosing like one thing versus the other? Because, you know, when you have an idea, you need to be able to discriminate if it's a plan or if it's, you know, an intention or maybe a decision that is improvised. Okay? So it is quite important. Okay, good. Now, the other thing too, if you use this, so we were earlier, you guys were doing your itineraries. Yes? Where's Mikey? Oh, I think Mikey went downstairs and he can't get back up now. So when you're doing your itinerary, if you use this, you're telling me that this is the plan 100%. If you say, for example, Viviana, correct, in the one that you were doing, you say, Mrs. Winkley is going to the opera house to see or to watch a concert or an opera. When you say is going to, I go, oh, this is the intention. Like, meaning if Mrs. Winkley is okay with this, then we can coordinate the tickets and the transport and stuff. But if we say, oh, Mrs. Winkley is watching, you know, an opera at the opera house, I go, okay, we have ready the tickets, the transport, everything. You do nothing. This is the itinerary. This is the schedule. You cannot change anything. And the same, for example, when you write formally to say, oh, this is what's happening, this is what we're doing, blah, 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 and you've got like, you know, full-on plan, that's the plan. That's what I understand, and that's what you're telling me, that is the plan. And so there is no room to change. If it's a wedding, for example, you know how weddings are very square. It's like, at this time, this is going to happen. This time, this is going to happen. This and this and this. So they go, this is the program. Especially, let's say in, especially, for example, in Western countries, you may have realized, very different from your country maybe, that here everything starts on time. You can arrive maybe 2-3 minutes late. It starts on time. Rarely it starts late. If not, it starts kind of like before. Okay? So that is something very, very, you could say, common for us. But if in your itinerary, you just simply put ideas as in, you know, this is going to happen or this will happen, it's not really an itinerary. It's you're saying, okay, so this is the plan till now, but it's not confirmed. It could happen, maybe yes, maybe no. And so sometimes, especially for somebody who speaks English, yes, we see these sentences that are kind of like a bit, and that's when they go, so we have analyzed the following visa. Unfortunately, we do not find that the person has enough support or basis because they indicate blah, 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 blah. Meaning you didn't compromise. You didn't commit to that idea. I've seen visas being refused just because of the wording, you know, was kind of like wrong or off. Because it's kind of like you're telling that person, well, we're still not sure. And no, they want you to be sure. This is why they say we want an itinerary. We want a plan. Okay, let's see. Unit 25. And as I always say, it's not just a matter of knowing the grammar, yes? It's understanding what it means and it's putting it into practice. No point in listening and going, oh, I can do the exercises. I know how to do the exercises, but then when you speak, you don't use it. Okay, I'm going to the bathroom. I'll be back in 2 minutes, okay? Okay, so see how we go, I'll be back in 2 minutes? It's never 2 minutes. When somebody says, oh, I'll be back in a sec, and you go, 1, huh? You're funny. It's an expression, right? To say, I'll be back soon. Or, for example, when you say, oh, I'm here at the school, I arrived. Okay, I'm on my way, I'll be there in 5 minutes. It's never 5 minutes. It's like 10, 15, correct? Or is it, oh, I'll be there soon. What does that mean? I'll be there soon. You know, like how long? So this is why commonly we go I'll, because we don't know. Okay? Good. Just like last week, remember last Monday, the first thing I said last week was, guys, I'm so sorry, but this week, this Wednesday, I'm not teaching, I'm not having class because it's Victoria's birthday. Victoria's my baby, just so you guys know. To tell you guys, Victoria started today, her first day at the uni. So yeah, super, super proud, super happy. So last week, Victoria, I said, oh, we're celebrating Victoria's birthday. She's 18. So Victoria wanted to play bingo. We went to play bingo. She drank her first alcoholic drink, you could say. I said, do you want a cigarette? She said, no, Mum, come on, calm down. I said, let's do the trifecta straight away. Cigarette, drinking and, bingo, so gambling. Yeah, we kill all the, and she was like, no, let's go just slowly. Anyway, yeah, we had a good time. So as I said, we're celebrating Victoria's birthday on Wednesday, so I'm not coming. So what did I say last week? I'm not working on Wednesday, but I'll be working on Friday. Now, when I say I'll be working, is that I have the plan to work on the Friday. This is why I say I'll be working, but the I'll be is I hope. Like, you guys know, I work here from Monday to Friday, yes, from the morning to the afternoon. I'm here today. I was here last Friday. I was here last Thursday. But tomorrow, I'm not sure. I hope to be here, but you never know. So even though I have planned to come tomorrow, yes, I will work tomorrow, but I'm not 100% sure because many things can happen. Maybe there's another train strike. Maybe I feel, sick. Maybe I have a personal issue that overcomes this, planned situation. So again, if I say to you, I'll be here tomorrow, what I'm saying, I'll be working, is I want to be here. I hope to be here, but I can't guarantee because I don't know what can happen in the future. Now, if you say to me, teacher, are you coming tomorrow? And I go, yeah, I'm coming tomorrow. What am I saying there? When I say I'm coming tomorrow, this is the plan. The question is, will I be here? That I do not know. So again, this is why it's important to understand the different future tenses because it's what you're telling the person, essentially. What are you doing tomorrow? So they are playing tennis. We can see they're playing tennis. This is what they are doing now, at the moment, at the time of speaking. Today is Sunday. He's looking at his planner, his agenda, and schedule, and he can see, correct, that he has tennis, 10 to 3 in the afternoon. So he says, oh, I'm playing tennis tomorrow. This is the plan. So he is playing tennis tomorrow. It says we use, and I told you guys this, the am, the is, and the are, present continuous, verb ing, for something that is happening right now. So what are we doing? We're studying English, right? Lena is playing with, what are you playing with? Like a piece of string or something, right? Jefferson is listening. He's paying attention. He's there. He's thinking. Matt is playing with a pen in his hand. All of this is happening right now. Frank is touching his face. Yes? Again, happening now. So this is where are Tina and Helen? They're playing tennis in the park. Please be quiet. Shh, I'm working. We also use am is are for the future, but I cannot emphasize more. Tomorrow, next week, in 2 years, in 10 minutes, in 10 seconds, tomorrow, on Saturday, this week, next week. Yes? Future, because otherwise it is not future. Andrew is playing tennis tomorrow. Very clear. Tomorrow. I'm not working next week. What does that mean? I'm free. Yeah? But if I am doing something tomorrow, this means I have arranged, I have What is arranged? What is arranged, Frank? Planned. I have planned to do it. I have a plan to do it. Yes? So when we say an arrangement, it's like an appointment. Yes? It's like a coordination. There's a plan, clear plan. For example, Sophie is going to the dentist on Friday. Well, before you go to the dentist, you've got to call. You can't just go on there. Oh, I want to see the dentist, please. Do you have an appointment? Oh, no. My tooth was hurting, so I thought, I know the dentist. He knows me. So. No. They're going, oh, I'm so sorry. Oh, let me see if the dentist can see you now. Huh? Oh, I'm so sorry. We're all booked out. You need to make a reservation or you need to book before, correct? So she has an appointment with the dentist. Okay? We're having a party next weekend. Yes? We're having a party next weekend. Celebrating, meaning you sent the invitations. Maybe you need to RSVP to say if you're coming or not. Yes? There's a plan. You don't just, well, I don't know. Some people go, hey, let's have a party tonight. Could be. Right? But if it's a special occasion, maybe, oh, Mum's birthday's coming. What are we going to do? Oh, maybe we could, have a party and invite the neighbors and invite her friends and invite, you see what I mean? So that means there's a party. Are you meeting your friends tonight? What are you doing tomorrow evening? So you see, on Friday, next weekend, tonight, you must accompany with time words. I'm not going out tonight. I'm staying at home. Okay? And she says, oh, I'm going to a concert tomorrow. Now, this is what Matt was talking about before. So only people can do continuous actions. Things can't because things are static. They don't move. We do actions. So if I say, for example, let me see. Hi. Yeah, can you just tell him he's going to have to wait till I finish at 7, okay? Because we're doing exercises. So, yeah, just tell him to wait. Yeah, and I'll come down and okay? Yeah. Thank you. Bye. Yeah, Mikey went downstairs. Okay, so let's say I say this. So here, for example, when I say I'm flying to Melbourne, yes, here we're talking about I, so this is me. I am doing the action. We're using the am. This is the plan. So 100%, I have the tickets. Oh, you were able to come up. Good. I'm flying tomorrow to Melbourne. Yes, this is my plan. But if I say, for example, so here I'm using, as you can see, the simple present. Why? Because I am talking about the plane. And the plane is not a person, it's a thing. And so things cannot do active actions. So I'm the one flying, but the plane leaves at 7 p.m. So it says here clearly, it says present continuous, usually for people. I'm going to a concert tomorrow. It says present simple for timetables and programs. So again, the concert starts at 7:30. What time are you leaving? What time does your train leave? Yeah. Nevertheless, we know that there are some things that we say wrong. Like in every language, nobody speaks perfect their language. We do have like expressions, we do have certain lingo that we use, myself included. You know, and when I go to the train station and I go, so, you know, to Victoria, I go, Tori, so what time is the train coming? This is incorrect. But many people say it and use it. Hey, what time is the train coming? Oh, it's coming in 10 minutes. This is not correct. The correct way should be, what time does the train come? And the answer should, it comes in 10 minutes. That is the correct answer. But we do say those things. Very different, though, to say, for example, if I'm at the station and I see the train arrives and I'm desperate looking, like, you know, where is Victoria? And I see Victoria and I go, hurry, hurry. The train is coming. Because now I am talking about right now. Yeah? That is your present continuous because the train is actually coming. I'm not talking about the future. I'm talking about right now. So when I go, hurry, hurry, the train is coming, the train is, and you know, you start running for the train, that is correct. But to talk about it in the future, no. To say, again, going back to last Wednesday. So I came to work in the morning and then I texted my other daughter and I said, oh, hey, hi there. I said, so what time does the bingo start? I asked her. I didn't say what time is the bingo starting. Clearly I said, what time does the bingo start? And she says, oh, Mum, the bingo starts at 7. So then she said to me, what time are you leaving the school? Are you leaving? Because I was leaving. And I said, oh, I'm leaving at 5 p.m. and I'm arriving at 6. Why I said that? Because I had previously seen the trains and I was already planning and programming myself to say, okay, Nick, you need to leave the school at 5 to get to the station, to be at the bingo center, whatever, at 6, to buy the tickets and the bloody bingo thingies or whatever, and then to be eyes down at 7, because that's what they say, eyes down at 7, because then it's a madness. They go 21, 34, 55, 60, and you're like, you know, it's very hard to keep up. But you see, this was the actual conversation we had. What time are you leaving school, Mum? Oh, I'm leaving at 5. I'm getting there. I'm arriving. I'm getting there, as in arriving. We say that to get to a place is to arrive. I'm getting there at 6. Oh, Mum, can you get us a table? Yeah, sure. And then, you know, where are you guys? They're selling the tickets. Oh, I'm in the line. You see what I mean? So that's how you go from present continuous to the future, back to present again. Tenses are not just one. You mix and match, okay, according to what you're doing. So here, as you can see, This, yes, we use it like this. Absolutely. Okay? So to say, for example, oh, I'm studying English. Oh, really? Yeah, in the city. What time does your class start? Oh, it starts at 4. And what time does it finish? Or what time do you finish? Oh, I'm finishing at 7. The class finishes at 7. I'm finishing at 7. The class finishes at 7. That is the only difference. Okay? Good. Let's see. Very quickly, some exercise. Okay, so we have here, because look at the pictures. What are these people doing? What are they doing next Friday? So we have here Andrew, Friday, tennis. So what is Andrew doing? He's playing tennis on Friday. And Richard, what is Richard doing? He's going to the cinema. Good. And what is Rachel doing? She's meeting Dave. I've got the verb, I add ing, correct? So Rachel, and how it's she, so I can remember, always abbreviate the is. So I can say Rachel's meeting. Oh, look, I didn't put is there. Rachel's meeting Dave on Friday. And here with this one, with Richard, sorry. So we're saying Richard's going to the cinema on Friday. Remember, I must use my time words because if I don't say on Friday, then I could interpret or I could understand that we are talking now, right now. Say, hey, Richard's going to the cinema. Oh, when? Like, you might think, oh, now. They say, oh, Richard's going to the cinema with Beth on Friday. Oh, okay, I'm clear, on Friday. Here, Karen. So Karen's having lunch. Oh, there's already lunch. So with Will, so on Friday. So Karen's having lunch with Will on Friday. Could I also use to say on Friday, Karen's? Yes, absolutely. You could also put on Friday here at the beginning if you want. Usually we would put it on the end because it is complement. But yeah, you can use it over here. And the last one is Sue and Tom. Now, you said taking lunch. Not really. So usually we use have for expressions for when we're eating and drinking. So have breakfast, have brunch, have lunch, have dinner, supper, etc. Have a snack, have a break. Now, if I say to you, hey, Viv, you look tired. Go take a break. You go and you take it. So where's Vivi? Oh, she's having a break. Okay, so yeah, have and take are different. To take is to take something. And have is to do it. Last one, Sue and Tom. So Sue and Tom. Sue and Tom what? Are going. Now the are you cannot abbreviate, okay? So here Sue and Tom are going to a party on Friday. Okay, why? Because Sue and Tom, obviously, they are. Okay? Copying, copying, copying. Here are the attendants, so if you want to sign, you can look for it and sign. So today, put future forms, yes, future forms on your topic for today. But it's got to be there. It's in the afternoon. Yeah, look for it. No, it has to be there. Yeah, because these are the morning ones. They're the afternoon ones. Okay. Yeah, 10 o'clock. Yep. It's there. Okay, so questions. So we always talk about how our questions, yes, must respect the structure, always. So when I make a question correct, how I'm using the verb to be, I'm going to usually say, are you? Are you? Are they? Are we? Right? And you can also complement, instead of are you, you can say what, when, where, and why. So when, I was just saying, when you go, what time are you leaving? What time are you coming? But I can go, are you coming? So that is the difference between, correct, a closed question and an open question. If it's closed, it's simple. Are you coming tomorrow? Yes, I am. No, I'm not. When I said to you, are you working? Yes or no? Yes, I am. Do you understand now? Okay, good. Okay, yeah, it's a bit confusing. But now you know, yes, I am. But I might go, for example, to say, oh, but where are you working? Where do you work? So this is the present simple as to all the time. Where do you work? Oh, I work everywhere. I work all over the city. Where are you working? Where are you working tomorrow? Oh, tomorrow I'm working in Randwick. On Wednesday, I'm working in Wollongong. And on Friday, I'm working in Newcastle. Yes? So again, that will depend on the plan. Okay, we'll continue tomorrow. Okay?